Now when they read it, causing problems. I know they're preaching and they're praying just for me to fall again. But while they fantasizing, I keep on rising. Victory. Now everybody will go chip on them, chip on them, to the left, back to the right, now chip on them, chip on them, to the left, back to the right, now chip on them, chip on them, to the left, back to the right, now chip on them, chip on them. Now watch me dab. Now everybody watch me dab. Do the dab, do the dab. Now watch me dab. Now everybody watch me dab. Whoa. Ladies, warm up your waistline. All of the gal them. Say all of the gal them. No, all of the gal them. Alla. Are you about that life? Hey, hey. Are you about that life? Somebody need to say, are you about that life? Are you about the party life? I want to know. Because I need you. Yo, shit, I need you right now. I think I'm losing my mind. Ladies, when I need you the most. When the Culturama massive, when the flow massive them there. Tell them we go, listen. All right, let's go. Tell them we were about to be wild. We are not in the child. Leave this massive if you know this one. I want you to put you on in the air. Badness. Your badness, this one name. Badness. Your badness, this one name. Badness. Your badness, this one name. And in the ear, no scrap. Rat-tat-tat-tat, the thing no scrap. Rat-tat-tat-tat, no. We gonna eat the food. 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 Scrap. Rat-tat-tat-tat, the thing no scrap. Rat-tat-tat-tat, no. We gonna eat the food. That's it. Any of us massive. Thank you. Flo, thank you. Culturama, soon to come. You don't know. We're there.
Put your hands together for Smiley. All right, so right now I'm going to turn it over to Woodis. And Miss J.D. Keynes.
One, two. Yeah, I hope everybody's ready. Understand? You know, we important people feel sometimes, you know. I just come back from Guyana, buddy. So I go home, go bathe. Understand me? So when I go home, go bathe, I put on my fine clothes and stuff like that, buddy. So everybody, good afternoon to you. If we're a little bit late, that's how it is sometimes. Sometimes we got to be a little bit late, but everybody's here. All the ministers are here. All the respective participants are here. I see Pinocchio is here with the double cup. Pinocchio, I want a cup like that, boy. How could I get a cup exactly like that? DFX. So I gotta go by DFX and tell them I want a cup. Corina, how much it costs? How much money that? Enough money? A little bit of money? Like what, $100? Could be. Not enough money in Guyana, boy. That's enough money. Yes, all who having a drink, want to say special good afternoon. All who is here, want to say special good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. Just want to say everyone should be standing now. If you're seated, everyone should be standing now as we play the national anthem of the Federation of St. Kitts Nevis. So all stand. So if you're seated, we're asking you to stand up.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the Minister of Culture, the Honorable Eric Evelyn.
Good evening, all. Let me recognize my cabinet colleague, the Honorable Spencer Brand, our patron for Culturama 2018, Mr. Clefrin Shine Daniel. Let me also recognize all of the other government officials who are here, members of the Culturama Committee, the NCDF, all other officials, and of course, members of the press. I want to say a special good evening to all of you who are here. It's already feeling like I want to say a special good evening to all of us who are here, and it is already feeling like Culturama. The vibes is here, and of course the feeling is here. And even though tonight, this evening, is not the official launch of the festival, we are just revealing our contestants and participants for 2018. We are already feeling like Culturama has started. So I know from this evening, the reveling will begin. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be very brief because you did not come to hear me. You did not come to see me. You came to see the contestants and the participants. And very shortly, you will have that opportunity to see all of our lovely contestants and participants that will be thrilling you for our festival, which promises to be the biggest and the best ever in the history of Culturama on the island of Nevis. I just want very briefly to praise the efforts of the Culturama Committee, Mr. Antonio Abernathy-Liburd, Charmin Howell, and all the other hard-working members of the Central Committee for doing an outstanding job so far. And those who are responsible for getting this afternoon's activity organized, I say kudos to you. I also want to say kudos to the members of the different subcommittees that have worked very hard, very diligently to ensure that we have participants and quality participants for Culturama 2018. I also want to say that I'm very proud of all of the participants that will be taking part for Culturama 2018. We cannot underestimate the contribution that our participants are making. Without our participants, we could not be having a launch this afternoon. And without our participants, we cannot have Culturama 2018. I believe that with the quality of participants that we have for 2018, we will have a Culturama that will be extremely memorable, one that will be forever on your minds, and one, of course, that will be the best that we've ever seen. I believe that this year's Culturama will be a fantastic build-up for next year, which is the 45th anniversary of the Caribbean's greatest summer lime. I want to say to the participants, we are thanking you for making that choice to be a part of the festival. Good luck to all of the participants. I believe that all of the shows will be very competitive, and the best competitor will walk away with the respective crown. So best of luck to the participants, and to all of the revelers, to all of Nevis, we're asking you to support the contestants, to support the shows, and let us all revel in what promises to be a grand affair for Culturama 2018. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you all for Culturama 2018. God bless you.
There you had it, our Minister of Culture, the Honorable Eric Evelyn.
So if you just joining us here, we want to say stick and stay. We want to say special thanks for you for making us your Friday afternoon lime. JD Kens, how are you doing this afternoon, darling?
Well, what is I am doing spectacular.
You're looking spectacular too, darling.
Why,
I went away
you.
for a few weeks and come back, it seemed like you're getting married.
Would these rumors say that you got married when you were in Guyana? I'm happy that you finally got a stamp in your passport. Good afternoon, Nevis.
It's only a rumor.
And welcome to this afternoon's Contestants Reveal for Culturama 44. Now, we want to apologize for the late start. This had absolutely nothing to do with the committee. It had everything to do with me. I ran a little bit late, and so I am so sorry for that. But I promise that we'll make it up to you this evening. This evening's activity promises to be something that is different. We know you're used to the contestants coming out, introducing themselves, modeling for a little bit, and then going back. But this evening, you are going to see so much more of our contestants. We have 5 different segments this evening, and they're focusing on various aspects of the theme for Culturama 44. Fet, food, and folklore, Culturama 44. So you'll see representation of fet, representation of food, of course, folklore, Culturama 44. What's up first?
Oh, I guess I'm checking here on the list, and we see we're going to be promoting some fets.
Sounds good.
So we're going to be promoting some fets.
And in this segment, we'll have swimwear. We'll have swimwear designs by Ten and Lee. I don't know how many of you have heard about that line. Ten and Lee will be featured this afternoon. So for those of you who are new to it, you'll definitely be treated to Caribbean flag swimsuits by Ten and Lee. Without any further ado, let's get started.
gonna show you.
Are you ready? Let's go. All right. Are you ready? Let's go. All right. Are you ready?
Remember, I told you we're doing something different. We are doing something different. We're just waiting the models to come on stage as we promote FET, the first aspect of this year's slogan, FET Food and Folklore, Culturama 44. Model number 1, we await your presence. And it's none other than who? Of course, our reigning swimsuit queen. FET Food and Folklore. And we are promoting FET. Remember, these swimsuits were designed by 10 and Lee Swimwear. And we have another model. Swimwear, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing it different this year. Keep the applause going, ladies and gentlemen. These are our models. Kennedy Swimwear line. They're modeling various Caribbean flags, keeping it quite patriotic. Kennedy Swimwear. More models, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we had Kennedy Swimwear. Now, it's all about promoting the Juve troops for Culturama 44. And this first swimwear, well, it's been modeled by, of course, one of our models, and it's promoting Fun Lovers Troop. So if you're interested in being a part of Fun Lovers Juve Troop for Culturama 44, this is a taste of what you'll get. More designs as we promote Pet Food and Folklore, Culturama 44. And that's our reigning Mr. Cool. Now, this outfit is not for Juve, rather it is for Parade Day. And she is modeling a design from Eclectic Dancers. This is a new troupe for Culturama 44. Eclectic Dancers. So if you're interested in Eclectic Dancers, that's what you'll wear. More models, ladies and gentlemen. I know this one. This is Fearless Pleasures.
Yes, man.
Handcrafted, locally made. And this is one of the designs. These are two of the designs for Culturama 44, Cultural Street Parade. Fearless Pleasures, ladies and gentlemen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we keep the modeling going. This time, we're promoting the core. We're promoting the core and their push forward stage group. And the core says it's the biggest party on the road. This Juve, as the core presents its annual long jam, this year dubbed Push Forward. Core packages feature your choice of bodysuit or t-shirt, along with unlimited carry bears and jiggy wine. And of course, tattoos, water bottles, sun visors, sunglasses, and backpacks. The core bodysuit, as was just displayed, is perfect for all body types. And of course, the core t-shirts, you can get them in an array of colors. Ladies and gentlemen, the core Push Forward Juve Troop. Contact 1188. And we are keeping the models coming. As you can see, we have a great mix of both males and females. We're back to parade costumes, and this is one by Fun Lovers. Ooh la la, Fun Lovers for C44 Parade Day. Looking lovely, Fun Lovers. Isn't she gorgeous? Remember, we are doing it differently this year, guys. You gotta give kudos to the Culturama committee for mixing things up a bit. You'll be in for a big surprise. And they're back. Tenanly swimwear line. And they're being led, of course, by royalty, or reigning Miss Culture Swimwear Queen. And then we have Fun Lovers Juve Troupe, Eclectic Dancers, Fearless Pleasures, Core Juve Troupe, and Fun Lovers for Parade Day. A round of applause for everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, models. And that wraps up segment number 1, which focused on FET. Because for Culturama 44, we want to remind you it's all about freedom and celebration, which define Culturama. FET, the first aspect of our slogan, FET, Food and Folklore, Culturama 44. At this time, I want to invite the musicians who will be playing our pan this afternoon, as they are from the Young Vibration Steel Orchestra. We want you to get yourselves together because you'll be welcoming the contestants and models for our next segment, which is food. So as the steel pan players get set up, Woodis, over to you.
Yes, I want to say a special good afternoon to each and everyone here. Again, as I said that before, if it's your first time here with us, coming to see the ladies, them reveal themselves to you.
Reveal the Culturama 44 contestants and participants in the Miss Culture Queen pageant. Miss Culture Swimwear and Mr. Cool contest. Mr. and Miss Talent Tribute contest. It's Fat Food Folklore, Culturama 44.
Yes, don't forget this year for Culturama, for the first time we're having a breakfast fete. And for the first time we're having a 4-in-1 fete. Tickets are ready for the 4-in-1 fete. We're still having our annual wet fete. Don't forget to check out on the 12th of August, it's all about the emoji boat ride. Not just another boat ride, but an experience. Culturama is coming to Davis. And it's here. We're revealing the girls this afternoon. And all gentlemen. Don't forget Coney Island is soon be here too. So save a little pennies to take your children to the Coney Island.
And what is I'm getting my signal from the Young Vibration Steel Orchestra that they are ready. As we present food, the second element in this year's slogan, Fed Food and Folklore, Culturama 44. And as I mentioned food, I see Mr. Patterson Fleming in the crowd this afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. It's a pleasure to see you here. Now, for this segment, you might be wondering, food. Well, how are they going to be able to depict food? Well, it's all about couture. So these bits of clothing, as you'll see, represent a couture-style presentation featuring live foods. Sounds quite interesting. And they are encouraging you to eat local foods, buy local clothing. And of course, this segment is sponsored by Fanny's Boutique. And of course, we have music by the Young Vibration Steel Orchestra. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready as we present our second aspect this evening, food. In the Culturama Contestants Reveal, over to you, the Young Vibration Steel Orchestra. Are you ready? Are you ready for it, ladies and gentlemen? We are ready, indeed, to present to you food as we bring out some more models for this afternoon's Contestants Reveal. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome our first model. We are awaiting the arrival of our models as we present to you food, fat food and folklore, Culturama 44. And of course, you're hearing music by the Young Vibration Steel Orchestra. Okay, seems like we're almost ready to bring on our models. We have both male and female models who will be depicting food in Fat Food and Folklore for Culturama 44. And this year for Culturama, we want you to take some risks in terms of fashion. Hence the reason why we are putting on this fashion show this afternoon. So for example, you may be wondering, where can I wear an outfit? Where can I strut an outfit that depicts food? Well, of course, there's the Mango Festival from July 5th to 8th, Restaurant Week. We also have Breakfast Fete and Musical Cornucopia. So just in case you were wondering. And it's no wonder we had to wait. We had to wait on royalty. It's the reigning Mr. Cool, Cecil Hamilton, king of the crop. Remember, it's all about food in this segment. I hope you're enjoying this music. But I don't know, you might be enjoying the models even more. They are on fire. Led by our reigning Mr. Cool, king of the crop. We're promoting the wax apple. It's all about the wax apple in this appearance. Okay, we move now to the pineapple. I don't know about you, but I love me some pineapples. And pineapples do go on pizza. All about food, pet food and folklore, Culturama 44. But this segment puts the spotlight on food. And our model is representing or depicting the pineapple. And we have another model strutting her stuff. It's all about food in this segment, ladies and gentlemen. We're keeping it going. We've had wax apple, pineapple, coconut. Now we have eggplant. So we're eating locally, and right now we're listening to local music. Food. King of the crop, our reigning Mr. Cool, and he leads the way for our other models. Keep it going, pineapple, keep it going. There you go, wax apple. Keep it going. I like her already.
Give it up for Miss Wax Apple. Oh boy, Miss Wax Apple, you're looking good.
I like her. Wax apple. Pineapple, coconut, and eggplant. Food. Continue enjoying the music from the Young Vibration Steel Orchestra. Lovely, lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the Young Vibration Orchestra. You can do better than that. Absolutely wonderful job by our young people. The future looks bright here on Nevis. Woodis, have you seen the Sugar Hill String Band?
Well, I've seen them played already, but not of recent time. But since I've been away, I've been tuning in back here, and I hear the string band has been turning up a storm.
Woodis, let everybody know you were away.
Yeah.
What happened? What was the highlight of your trip, Woodis?
My highlight of the trip?
Yes.
Me being away, seeing a different culture, different people, and seeing that over there that the people, they don't wait on the government to give them a job. Everybody hustling, somebody hustling chips. If I did play careless down there and lie down on the road, somebody might take me and sell me and all too.
So that's your takeaway from Guyana. I love that. I love that. Ladies and gentlemen, you are here for the contestants reveal. And little do you know, you're getting a sneak peek. And the show is moving quite swiftly, as it should, because we are getting ready to introduce or officially let you know who the contestants will be vying for this year's various titles are. And it's not just about the senior pageants. No, we also have in our midst the junior Kaisonians, as well as the contestants who will be competing, who will be vying for the Mr. and Miss Talented Youth titles. This next segment is folklore. Remember, it's fet, food, and folklore for Culturama 44. So our third aspect of this year's slogan is folklore. And the idea behind this one is to promote traditional folklore costumes and get you to reimagine some of these costumes. And we have some modern twists to these costumes. So of course, it's all about folklore, the traditional costumes, and of course, the modern twists. We want you to stay true to our history and roots while exploring creativity and trends. And the reason why I asked about the Sugar Hill String Band earlier is because they should be providing musical accompaniment. But you know, Mr. Woodis, he's always ready, always prepared, and the show will continue. So I hope the contestants, the models, they're all ready, because we definitely are ready for this next segment. A bit of music, Woodis. We're fusing the old with the new. We'll just keep the music going as we get ready to welcome our first model in this, the folklore segment. For those of you who do not know, our slogan for this year was penned by a young lady, the lovely Sanaya Daniel. Pet, food, and folklore, Culturama 44. So congratulations to Miss Daniel for penning this year's winning slogan. Should be some booths representing our various troops. So in the event that you want to register for any of the troops for Culturama 44, be it Juve troops or Parade Day troops, you should be able to register this evening. I know I see some gentlemen around in core paraphernalia, so you can contact them for your core packages for Juve. We also have fun lovers around, so you can contact them as well. And of course, for the junior parade, we have Baadaye, which means future in Swahili. And so if you're interested, you can contact the Baadaye representative as well.
This one is for you.
Okay, well, one realize that, could someone catch him? Oh, there's a step, very good. This little one realized that the show was not happening as quickly as it should, and so he decided to give us a quick appearance. Thank you, little one. Models, we are waiting, we are waiting.
He wants to revive our culture. Nobody dreamed it would have been so splendid. Fun and frolic galore, plenty local food and more. It brought out talent we never knew existed.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, they are ready. First up, we have the traditional clown. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who do not know, this is the traditional clown costume.
I'm calling your name for recognition. Oma Johnson.
And you'll definitely see the clowns on parade day, both in the junior and senior parade. And we're keeping it going. Now this is a modern twist. I like this. This is a modern twist to the clown costume. And this was created by Riff Raff Design. Now I remember as a child, I danced the clown. But our costumes didn't look anything like that one. And we're keeping it going. This definitely looks like a modern twist. We didn't see the original, but we definitely have the modern twist. And there's no secret as to what this one depicts. Of course, it's the female version of the traditional masquerade. Ladies and gentlemen, we're keeping it going. Traditional cakewalk outfit. Traditional cakewalk outfit. And I neglected to mention earlier that the updated female outfit that you just saw for the masquerade was designed and created by Sabrina Orr. And this female cakewalk costume is followed by the traditional Johnny Walker costume. This is the traditional Johnny Walker costume. I remember my days of doing this dance as well.
And the parade of troops and bands.
The updated female cakewalk costume was created by Zicky's Design. It's all about our local designers in this segment. We have Riff Raff Designs, Zicky's Designs, Sabrina Orr. And we're keeping it going. As you realize, we have a great mix of senior models and junior models. And this is our reigning Miss Gingerette, Lakeisha Clark. And she's wearing the female updated version of the Johnny Walker. Ladies and gentlemen, here you have our traditional national dress. Our traditional national dress. You should all be familiar with this one by now. After all, it represents our culture, our traditional national dress. And of course, this afternoon's event could not have been possible without the models who graciously accepted the offer to be part of the contestants reveal for Culturama 44.
All right. Watch them, watch them, watch them. This Culturama.
Our female traditional national dress is followed by a revised, slightly updated version of our national dress, and it is being modeled by our reigning Miss Culture Queen, Kalitra Swanson. And this one was created by Smith Tailoring and Riff Raff Design. That's our reigning queen, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause for royalty. And you may be wondering where you can wear these outfits. Of course, we have Heritage Day that's coming up. We also have Fantastic Friday and Poets in the Square. Not let anyone limit your imagination as to what you can wear for Culturama 44. Keep it local, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of keeping it local, this skirt that I'm wearing this evening was made by Yejide Perry several years ago, and it is still going strong. Keep it local, buy local. Ladies and gentlemen, and they're all back as we promote folklore in this segment. We have the traditional clown outfit, followed by the more updated version, the revised female masquerade outfit, followed by the traditional and updated Johnny Walker costume. Then, of course, the updated cakewalk costume. What a strut! And the traditional and updated national dress. Thank you very much, models and audience. I thank you for your indulgence as we presented folklore. The third segment, we are winding down. And this next segment is possibly the one you've been waiting for.
Yes. If you're driving PB 728, you're a white Yaris, you're blocking somebody who needs to go urgently. So PB 728, you need to move urgently. You're blocking someone who needs to move and deal with some business to say.
So would this give us a bit of music because we are getting ready for the segment that everyone has been waiting for. We encourage you to draw near. Don't push anyone over. No pushing. Remember, we have children in the audience, one of which is mine. So no pushing, please. Brand new music for Culturama 44. Committee chairs, we want you to stand by because we are ready for you. And in this segment, this one is all about Culturama 44. Pet food folklore Culturama 44. So yes, this is the fourth aspect of this year's slogan. And for this segment, we're putting the spotlight on the persons who are actually on the ground doing the hard work to make Culturama 44 a success that I know it will be. And so, start the ball rolling, we'll have one of our committee chairs. This is the first time that she's a committee chair for Culturama. She's young, she's vibrant, she's full of ideas. She's no stranger to the Culturama stage. So ladies and gentlemen, I turn you over to the chairperson of this year's Mr. and Miss Talented Youth Pageant, Nakita Thibu. A round of applause for Nakita.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Mr. and Miss Talented Youth Pageant Subcommittee is honored to introduce our 6 participating schools. Themed, we are the shapers of culture, the workers for change, and the dreamers of dreams. This year's pageant promises to be extraordinary. We invite you to the Cultural Complex on Sunday, July 29th to witness talent and intelligence galore. Do you remember last year's winners? Please allow me to reintroduce the reigning Mr. and Miss Talented Youth, Kimani Brown and Aricia Jeffers.
You want tune? You sure you want tune?
Kimani and Aricia would have represented the St. Thomas's Primary School. Give them a round of applause, please. Now to this year's participants. please allow me or join with me as I welcome participants number 1, representing the Ivor Walters Primary School, Prince Deron Josiah and Princess Hadassah Daniel. We now welcome participants number 2, representing the Joycelyn Liebert Primary School, Prince Udoyle Wisdom and Princess Nikelsia Kelly. We now welcome participants number 3, representing the St. James's Primary School, Prince Stefan Leader and Princess Emma Jeffers. We now welcome participants number 4, representing the St. Thomas's Primary School, Tamale Wilkinson and Princess DeQuanda Moving. Prince Tamale. Join me in welcoming participants number 4, representing the Charleston Primary School, Prince Tesha Newton and Princess Mackelsia Arterton. Participants number 5, sorry. We now introduce our 6th and final school, representing the Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School, Prince Kaim Sadler and Princess Sharicia Brown.
When the big truck rolling down in the heart of tongue, it was pure confusion. DJ man
please welcome our contestants back on stage. Our reigning Mr. and Miss Talented Youth, Himani and Daricia. Participants number 1 of the Ivor Walters Primary School, Diran and Hadassah. Participants number 2 of the Joycelyn Liebert Primary School, Udell and Nikelsia. Participants number 3 of the St. James's Primary School, Emma Jeffers and Stefan Leader. Participants number 5 of the Charlestown Primary School, Mackelsia Arterton and Tishawn Newton. Participants number 4 of the St. Thomas's Primary School, DeQuanda Movin and Tamale Wilkinson. Participants number 6 of the Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School, Sharicia Brown and Kaim Sadler. At this point, we'd like to thank all the schools for coming on board this year, and we'd like to invite the general public to the Cultural Complex on July 29th, 7 p.m. sharp, as we celebrate Fed Food, Folklore, Culturama 44. Thank you.
Keep the applause going, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about Culturama 44. And there you had it from our talented youth chairperson, Nakita Thibu, a former talented youth winner, by the way. And of course, the 6 schools led by the reigning Mr. and Miss Talented Youth. Come on out to this year's Talented Youth pageant, and we'll keep the ball rolling as we turn you over now to a representative or the chairperson of the Junior Kaiso subcommittee, Mr. Warren Movin, because of course, our junior Calypsonians will be represented this evening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Petrix Junior Calypso Competition Reveal. This evening, we have a number of junior Calypsonians that we'll be presenting to you, who will be taking part in our show. And we start the ball rolling with our reigning junior Calypso monarch. The reigning junior Calypso monarch, ladies and gentlemen, Teron Webb, Invincible. King Invincible. Up next, we have Devonique Liebert, Singing Divi. Singing Divi, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, we have Akido Nisbet, King Akido. We have up next Zion Harding, Legacy. Legacy. Up next, we have Mr. Marquise Washington, the Mighty J. Up next, we have Mike Washington.
We got party like it. Get a quarter from the Chinese.
And we continue with the P-Trix Junior Calypso competition Calisonians. We have Dequan Hendrickson. Naila Kendall. And we have Naila Smithen. And up next we have Mr. Rajon Fifield. Naila Fifield. Shante Hendrickson, ladies and gentlemen. And now we have Mr. Jamali Lawrence, the reporter. Next up is Mr. Leany, Little Leany. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome back the Junior Calypsonians on stage. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, the Junior Calypsonians, the P-Trix Junior Calypso competition. We're looking forward to seeing you there at the opening of Culturama. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Chairman Warren Movin, who has been doing this for several years, working with our Junior Calypsonians. And we want to thank the parents for giving consent for their children to enter these shows, Culturama 44. We are keeping it going, keeping it going. And up next, we want to introduce the contestants and participants in the Mr. Cool competition. And so I am looking for Tabulous or Sidama or Tabulous, and I hope you're going to actually come on stage. Yeah, that is the hope. There we go, Tabulous, to give you the grand reveal of this year's Mr. Cool participants, a former Mr. Cool himself.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Are we ready to bring back the Mr. Cool? Are we ready to bring back the Mr. Cool? All right, we sound much better. Now, let's introduce on stage the first contestant for the Mr. Cool pageant this year. Mr. DJ, give us some music. Put your hands together and welcome Ranciato Jeffers, sponsored by Flow. Ranciato Jeffers. Where you coming from? Okay. Well, nobody come on. welcome the Mr. Cool participants in this year's competition, Culturama 44. Give it up for Ranciato Jeffers, Mr. Flo, Deshaun Tweed, Stella's Engineering. What we are looking at are a contingent of models. They are not all contestants in this show.
That's correct.
Now, seeing as I already revealed two names, which ones do you really believe entering the pageant this year, the show this year? Which one do you really believe entering? Call him now. First, Mr. Ranciato Jeffers, and he's sponsored by Flo. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Ranciato Jeffers, sponsored by Flo. Ladies, feast your eyes. It's the return of the Mr. Cool Show. Just for you, Culturama 44. All right. Are you ready for participant number 2? Are you ready for participant number 2? Let's make some noise and welcome Deshaun Tweed. And Deshaun is sponsored by Stella's Engineering. Come on, ladies, give it up for Deshaun Tweed. That was participant number 2. Are you ready for participant number 3? Who you think will it be? Who you think is number 3? All right, let's welcome on stage Mr. Jonah Valerie. Mr. Jonah Valerie, sponsored by the NCDF. Mr. Cool, for you, ladies and gentlemen, Culturama 44. Mr. Jonah Valerie, sponsored by NCDF. Nevis Cultural Development Foundation. And that was participant number 3. Now, let's get ready for participant number 4. And we'll welcome on stage Mr. Craig Angle. Mr. Craig Angle is sponsored by the Nevis Cultural Committee, Nevis Cultural Committee. Please, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mr. Craig Angle. Now, we apologize for the absence of one of the participants tonight, Mr. Kwame Mayers, who is unable to be here tonight. He's a bit under the weather. But ladies and gentlemen, that was 4 of the participants for the Mr. Cool. Now, we're gonna have them take the stage one more. All right. Let's go, Mr. Ranciato Jeffers. Flo, sponsored by Flo, Ranciato Jeffers. Participant number 2, Mr. Deshaun Tweed, sponsored by Stella's Engineering. Participant number 3, Jonah Valerie. Come on, make some noise, make some noise. And he's sponsored by the NCDF. Participant number 4, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Craig Angle, sponsored by the Nevis Culturama Committee.
And those were 4 of the 5 participants for this year's Mr. Cool competition.
I don't know about you, but I had to pretend like I wasn't enjoying that one. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 of the 5 participants for this year's Mr. Cool contest. I can assure you it's going to be a good show. I can assure you I'm going to be there. I can assure you that I better introduce Miss Sidama Jones before I get in trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the chairperson of the swimwear competition, a former Miss Culture Swimwear, Sidama Jones, to introduce this year's contestants.
Good evening, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to introduce this year's contestants for this year's Miss Swimwear pageant. We have our reigning queen, Tarika Brown. Contestant number 1, Miss Avis Glasgow, sponsored by Solid Waste Management Authority. Give it up, give it up. Contestant number 2, Cariella Liebert, sponsored by Clive Evelyn's Construction. Give it up, give it up.
Tell all your friends we are gonna mash up the road, move up the road, take up the road. Nice. Last year was the first time I had a long jam session, and whipping the road was my thought. Oh no, it wasn't my intention. When I grabbed the mic and I touched the road, oh yes, it was a sweet sensation.
Contestant number 3, Shanika Grant, Harry Brewery Vegas Nevis Limited. Contestant number 4, Ramisha Malone, Miss Flo. And your 5th and final contestant, Miss Vinette Jones, Fit Wellness. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the 5 beautiful contestants for this year's Miss Culture Swimwear pageant.
Thank you very much, Sidamo. Weren't the ladies lovely? I tell you, we are going to be in for a treat for this year's Miss Culture Swimwear contest and, of course, the Mr. Cool competition. I like the contestants. I like them. I think it's going to be a hot show. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep the music going, because we are not done yet. We gave you, the talented youth participants, and the junior Kaisonians. Also, the Mr. Cool and Miss Swimwear contestants. Up next, we have the big one, the Miss Culture Queen pageant contestants. And here to introduce the contestants is a former National Carnival queen. She doesn't like to be in the spotlight, but she's in the spotlight tonight. Miss Ticia Burton, to introduce the contestants for this year's Miss Culture Queen pageant.
Good night, everyone. Okay, I'd like to take this opportunity to invite our reigning queen and our contestants for this year Miss Culture Queen pageant. Mr. DJ. Who could it be? I'll now invite to the stage contestant number 1. Miss Nevlek Adiola Masha. Next up, we have, who do we have? Oh yes, it's contestant number 2, Ariel Bergen, sponsored by Flow. After 2 is what number? Oh yes, contestant number 3, Miss Development Bank of St. Kitts Nevis, Tijuana, Cranston. So it was 1, 2, 3. I think that's it. I believe so. Oh, forgot. We have contestant number 4, Miss Carrie Bowie, St. Kitts Nevis Limited, Nila Jones. I would like to take this opportunity to invite the fabulous 4 contestants from Miss Culture to walk the stage again for me, please. gentlemen, contestant number 1, Miss Nevlek, Adiola Masham. Contestant number 2, Miss Flo, Ariel Bergen. Contestant number 3, Miss Development Bank of St. Kitts Nevis, Tawana Panston, my apologies. And of course, contestant number 4, Miss St. Kitts Nevis Caribou Limited, Neela Jones. Take a walk, ladies. To invite everyone to come on out on August 5th, 8 p.m. sharp, to witness our fabulous vie for the coveted title of Miss Culture Queen 2018. Back to you, JD.
There you had it, ladies and gentlemen. The fabulous 4 contestants competing in this year's Miss Culture Queen pageant. It's the big one. And we all know it's not easy to come on stage, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to applaud all of this year's Culturama 44 contestants and participants. And I think it is that time that I remind you, or well, I inform you because I didn't tell you before, that this evening we have a little bit of a treat, an extra treat rather, because some of our soca artists are willing or ready and are able to do some selections this evening. So we want you guys to draw near, the soca artists, that's what we're referring to, draw near because we're almost ready for you. And we are winding down this segment of this evening's reveal. It's time for the grand finale because as I told you when I started, it's a fashion show. It's something that is different. We focused on the slogan for Culturama 44, Fet, Food, and Folklore. And we gave you Fet. We gave you food. We gave you folklore. And of course, we just presented Culturama 44 in the participants. And now it's time for the grand finale. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to shine the light of our culture and festival outward and upward. For this, the DJ, give us some music, please.
I can assure you.
Gentlemen, and this one is a little bit different because we are featuring not just the participants for Culturama 44, not just the contestants, but persons who helped to make it possible. We're ready for the grand finale. Keep the music going with us.
Drinks there, food there, girls there. I can assure you. Vibes there, honesty there, sweetness there. I can assure you. You there, and we there. I can assure you. Anything you see, leave it here and come back here. I can assure you. And when you feel that it's pain, we with you. I can assure you. And they say I jam you. I can assure you. And when they rhythm lift you up and it no drop you. I can assure you.
JD, I see you getting warm up for Jubilee morning, yo.
Of course. I already have one of those bodysuits picked out, Woody. I can assure you.
You could assure me?
That I have one of the bodysuits picked out. Weren't you listening?
You're going to wait on Jubilee?
Of course.
I can assure you.
JD, you've been practicing at home?
No comment.
I can assure you.
JD, you're smiling. Why?
Were you practicing in Guyana?
Of course.
Okay.
I can
Very
assure
good.
you.
We're ready for the grand finale, guys. What else? I love this song. I love this song.
Get a quarter from the Chinese then. In me pocket, now me line with friend. Water, ginger, coffee the blend. Fine and the sea and the sweetest then. Music up, play girl, you back for your bend.
And so, as I told you, this is the grand finale where we want to shine the light of our culture upward and outward. And so we are awaiting various persons, the arrival of various persons who would have made, who are helping rather, make Culturama 44 a success. this is just a little taste of what is to expect. Culturama has not been officially opened yet, so don't leave here saying Culturama is open. You have just revealed the contestants and participants. That's the purpose of this evening's event. Later on, we'll have the official opening of Culturama and, of course, the exciting activities to follow. Can we have the persons for the grand finale coming forward, please? We need the models. We need the patron. The reigning title holders. The contestants. And the slogan winner. And don't forget, Toka artists want you to come backstage because immediately after this, we'll be featuring you. And you've got to be ready, guys. Got to be ready.
All right, JD, since they're lagging a little bit, I have a ticket here to give away for the 4-in-1 fet.
Awesome.
Yes, good evening to each and everyone. Yes, I have one ticket here for the 4-in-1 fet.
Going to be epic.
I have one ticket here for the 4-in-1 fet. Who wants to go to the 4-in-1 fet? Put up your hand. I have one ticket here for the 4-in-1 fet. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just ask the question, what? Just ask the question. Okay, answer then. This is rushing. Answer the question.
You there with me or me there with you?
Who are we there with one another? Who wants to go to the 4-in-1 fet? Me, so. Who wants to go to the 4-in-1 fet? Simple question.
Children, take down your hand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Name 5 bands. 5 bands and the host for the 4-in-1 fet. Simple. You got to come up on stage. Don't put up your hand. You have to come on stage. No children under 18. No children under. No, you can't bring your phone. No. You wasn't ready. 4 bands and who is the host? 4 bands and who is the host? Hold on. Easy on the music there, Mr. DJ. Oh. 1, 2. How are you doing this evening? What?
Good.
Are you there with you or are you there with me? Are you there with you? Okay, cool. That means you can't get the tickets. Since I'm there with you, come go along then. You not go along? You not move? You feel you got it? You sure? You sure you lie? Yeah, no. Okay. Take a deep breath. The 4-in-1 fet. Big one. Good. 4 bands and the host. Take your time. Grandmasters. Grandmasters, Rhythm and Core. And who the host be? Me? You sure? I think she will. Are you sure? Are you sure you lie? Well, she is the winner of the first ticket for this evening, the 4-in-1 fet. You need to check it out, the 4-in-1 fet. What the 4-in-1 fet contains? Rum, powder, water, paint. I think you should win a second one, because that was an on-the-spot question. Huh? That was an on-the-spot question. Want another one? Okay, good on and come back. So the 4-in-1 fet, check it out. Culturama 44, Pet Food Folklore. Yeah, don't forget this year too, we have a first forever breakfast fet. Don't forget the emoji board ride as well too. Bim, bim, bim. Bim, bim, bim. I am looking forward for the food fair, Jed. I just like the food fair.
Water, ginger,
JD, what are you looking forward for other than Mr. Cool?
Boy, I was just going to say the Mr. Cool.
Other than that?
Boy, I'm looking forward to the day after the Mr. Cool.
Why?
So I could think about the Mr. Cool them again.
Yeah, just think about them?
All the time.
If me and your man are done with you. Yeah. Just for saying that.
None of that.
Done, just done. JD, we done. Come on, your things and done. Hold on. She gives the child consent to answer question. Understand me? But where is the paper? Bring the paper. No children under 18.
Well, it looks like they're ready.
They're ready, you sure?
It looks so. I didn't say I'm sure. I said it looks so.
It looks so?
Yes.
It looks so?
And speaking of looking, I was just here looking for the list of activities for Culturama 44. I hope all of you have already liked the Culturama Festival's Facebook page. That way you can keep up to date what's happening for Culturama 44. It's always updated. It's quite refreshing. So I encourage you to log on to Facebook and like Levis Culturama Festival Facebook page. And we're ready for the grand finale, I hope, because I see our reigning queen and some other contestants lined up behind her. So let's give them some music.
You want some music?
And hopefully they're
What's your favorite song for this year, Culturama? Don't tell a lie. Nobody could vex with you.
Push forward.
Push forward.
Yeah.
That sounds like you're exercise to that song, yeah. Push.
I'm a big core fan. Big core fan.
You're a big core fan?
Yeah, core family. I love a lot of songs, but I love that one most.
What's so special about that song?
It's really positive and uplifting.
Uplifting and positive. See if I can find it somewhere here.
Would this be? Are we ready for the grand finale, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, they say yes. Culturama runs from the 26th of July right down to the 7th of August. And of course, we have a packed lineup, something for everyone. So if you know that your family members and friends overseas have not yet booked their tickets, tell them they have to do it soon, because the tickets are going fast. We expect a bumper crowd for this year's Culturama Festival, and Culturama is what we make it. So we don't want anyone standing on the sidelines and saying and criticizing. What we want is full participation. If you can't join a troupe because you have arthritis, you have elephantitis, whatever it is you have, perhaps you can have a booth during Culturama. Perhaps you can donate a gift to one of the shows. Just make Culturama great. Sponsor a school, sponsor a troupe. But I look in sponsors still. I had to put that shameless plug in. Donate a gift to the contestants. Do whatever you can to make our Culturama Festival spectacular. It is what you make it. And so we have to lead off the grand finale, of course, the patron for Culturama 44. And ladies and gentlemen, I really hope that you already know who the patron is.
And the payment plan
He
suitable
is
to your needs.
from Fountain. He is none other than Clefrin Shine Daniel. A lot of persons know him as Shine, but his legal name is Clefrin. What a name. And so he's going to be leading off the grand finale this evening, our patron for Culturama 44. Music. Here we have our Culturama 44 patron. Money looking sharp. The man shined himself, and he's definitely shining this evening. And you can do better than that. A round of applause for our patron, Mr. Clefrin Shine Daniel. Yes, Culturama 44 patron, leading the grand finale. And of course, he took his seat next to our ministers of government. I am seeing, of course, we had our Minister of Culture earlier, the Honorable Eric Evelyn. And I see next to him that looks like the Honorable Spencer Brand. Good evening. If there are any others, I am not seeing. The speaker is in the way. I'm not seeing who is next to Mr. Evelyn. Oh, the Honorable Alex Jeffers. And he'll definitely be in a troupe for Culturama 44. I hope to see Mr. Brand in a troupe this year. You have to do like your counterparts and join a troupe. I'm not wondering about Mr. Evelyn. Of course, we can't keep the young ladies waiting. So let's keep it going for our grand finale.
My country, my people, my heritage, and the carnival. My country, my people, my heritage, and the carnival. Rep in your city, and you're proud of who you be. If you rep in your city, come take a bounce with me. If you rep in your city, put your hands up.
Show your appreciation, ladies and gentlemen, for our models and our contestants. All about Culturama 44. This segment, the grand finale, is dubbed Blow. Hence why we have the dimmed lights.
Where me come from, the blood that pumping in my famous birds from this nation. Repping my city, cause it's my foundation. So when you see me in the street, you know where me come
Blow.
from. Wearing the colors of my flags.
Body paint in the building, ladies. Well, not in the building, on the stage. Blow for Culturama 44.
City show something out to this one, yeah. Put your hands them in the air. I put your flags them in the air. I put them up now. I put them up now. Wave them, this way.
Blow.
Hands up, rocks up, flags up, bounce up, hands up, rocks up, flags up, bounce up. If you rep in your city and you're proud of who you be, if you rep in your city,
Blow
come take a
for
bounce with me.
Culturama 44.
Your city, put
And we're featuring our models right now.
city, come take a take a
The models are the ones who tricked us earlier, made us feel like they were contestants for this year.
Let me see you bounce. Come take a bounce. Let me see you bounce. Repping from the east, repping from the west. Yes, you represented.
Our reigning Mr. Cool, Justin Hamilton. Blow.
We represented. Yes, you represented. How you mean? My land of beauty, which I
Our
love so
reigning
dear.
Miss Culture, Kalitros Swanson. Blow.
We never give up. That's a love my country. No matter where I go, I roam. My country is my home. Representing, put your hands up, let me see. Fly your flags and high for the entire world to see.
Our reigning
If you wake, you jam in unity.
Pina Kaisonian, Andrew Hollywood Nisbet. And of course, our reigning swimwear queen, Tarika Brown.
Put your flags up. I put your hands up.
And it's all about the lovely contestants. Glow, baby, glow.
Hands up, hands
Those
up.
in the audience, make way, give way, so that the contestants can easily maneuver to the crowd. Remember, it's the grand finale and it's called Glow. And now we have the Mr. Cool participants. This is who I be quiet, say nothing, keep my head down. Hey, listen, participant number 2, if you have any plans of cutting your hair, remember me. That could make a good weave. I know y'all agree with me. That could make a good weave. Participant number 2, remember me if you cut your hair. Those are our Mr. Cool participants. And of course, we had steam fish and okra body girl them in the Miss Culture swimwear contest. For those of you in the audience, please make some space so that the queens can maneuver easily. Remember, they're wearing heels and it's dark, so make some space. Oh, and we thank the minister who is helping them, who is assisting them. All about Glow for Culturama 44. The ministers, rather. It's hard to see from up here. And look at our lovely, talented youth participants. They are indeed having fun. I love it, I love it. They are enjoying themselves. The talented youth participants.
Put your hands together, put your hands together.
Having fun, that's what it's all about. Children having fun.
sounds of Daddy Tusty, but this one still sound fresh, boy.
And we thank the parents, but we got to thank the teachers as well.
You hear the streets so we can make it.
Junior Calypsonians. Keep the applause going for the Junior Calypsonians. Soca Monarch artists, I need you guys to come forward now. It's the Junior Calypsonians.
Yeah, don't forget this year, check out the breakfast feta. Check out the 4-in-1 feta. Don't forget, check out the wet feta as well, too. Check out the emoji boat ride.
The talented youth participants, I know you want to be with your friends, but we need you guys backstage. The talented youth participants, don't go yet. Come backstage, talented youth participants. And soca artists, we need you now.
Okay, we're going to run some video ads now. We're going to run some video ads. Yes, we're going to run some video ads. Don't forget, if you're here with us, I want to say special thanks to each and everyone for coming here and witnessing the launch.
The Caribbean's greatest summer line. Yeah, it's Culturama time. 44 against the hair. I know you love it here. Troops and festivities. We love the Caribbean. But all night, no time for sleep. Emancipate with me. Best food and folklore. Culturama 44. Best food and folklore. Welcome to our island shore. Best food and folklore. Entertainment to die for. Best food and folklore. Culturama 44.
Culturama is the premier cultural festival of Nevis, and it is celebrated annually over the Emancipation Day weekend. And there is some significance in the date why Calvin Cabo Howell chose the Emancipation Day weekend. That weekend is when we celebrate the emancipation of our forefathers from slavery back in 1834. July 26th until August 7, 2018, we will celebrate the 44th anniversary of this festival.
Winning slogan for Culturama 44, and so we wanted to introduce her to you. Let's have some music, because Miss Daniel was the inspiration behind this evening's show. We focused on pet, focused on food, folklore, and of course, Culturama 44, and it's all thanks to the slogan penned by Miss Sanaya Daniel. So let us welcome our slogan winner, please. Lower the lights, still on the glow, because remember we're ending this evening's show.
Yeah, don't forget we still have the soca artist them here as well too. I see X-Ray is here. He's drinking his confidence drink.
Shining the light upward and outward for Nevis's Culturama. So let's lower the lights as we welcome our slogan winner for Culturama 44, Mr. Naya Daniel. And in the meantime, if you are the driver of P9598, you are asked to kindly move your vehicle. P9598, kindly move your vehicle now.
This is song like a JD.
For 2018 and beyond, come try it. Because we are gonna fly. Don't hold me back. Tell them boy, don't hold me back. Don't hold me back. Don't hold it. Don't hold it. Don't hold it back.
They want the lights dim further.
Don't hold it. Don't hold it. We are gonna push.
Oh, no lights. No lights. No lights at all.
We are gonna push forward.
Because she has to glow. Our Culturama 44 slogan winner, Tanaya Daniel. And if you ask me, she looks like she can soon be one of our contestants in the Miss Culture Queen pageant. I know she'll be mad at me for saying that, but that's okay. Tanaya Daniel, the young Tanaya Daniel, penned this year's slogan for Culturama 44, Pets, Food and Folklore. Tanaya is the granddaughter